Good morning. Welcome to Positive Vibes once again. Today we are doing a session as the continuation of active learning sessions. Today we are discussing about ACL, means active and collaborative learning techniques. Now this is exam time. That is why the students, they want to learn their topics. Students are different. That is why they can adapt different techniques for learning. They are different. That's why some techniques are very suitable for them to learn. Some other techniques are not suitable. That is why I'm just shuffling some more learning techniques, really active and collaborative learning techniques, and they can assess themselves and find out which is more suitable for their learning, and they can follow that. That's why I'm continuing with this session. In this session, I'm giving you an explanation about some more learning techniques. Let us start. First one, think, pair and share. This is an ACL technique, active learning and collaboration technique. Think, pair and share means a learner or a student, he is developing or thinking about a question and finding the answer or developing an answer and share it with the other students. When he is sharing to others, automatically his self-confidence will increase and he can understand where is his problem, and others can also guide him, like think, pair and share. He is not only developing his answer, thinking, but at the same time explaining to others, his classmates. That is what is called think, pair and share. It's a good learning technique. It's an ACL technique. Another active review session, that is just pause for a while and recollect, review whatever things learned and evaluate it. That is another important technique. Pause for a while and find out what is reflected, what is learned. That is just revisiting or reviewing. That is what is called another technique. This is pause for reflection. This is also an active learning technique but not collaborative, because this is done by the student himself. That is a second technique. And the third one is thread group. Thread group is another important technique for active learning. This is collaborative too. In this, three students needed, or three persons, three learners needed. One is a very efficient learner, mild learner, slow learner, and they themselves studying together. The efficient learner can help both the mild learner and the slow learner. The efficient learner is taking the class, the others will listen. Then the mild learner will present his views. Then the slow learner, understanding from these two people, and he is presenting his view. Like they themselves clear their mistakes in this, that efficient learner is playing a very, very important role. This is what is called a thread group. Three persons are needed for this type of learning. This is also active and collaborative learning. Another important technique, that is brainstorming. Already I told you about the brainstorming technique. Brainstorming technique is really helping the child to understand the things in a very proper manner, because instead of the traditional methods, we are going through the modern methods in this case. Here we are using mind map and concept map. I told you both are different. In mind map, it is a representation, visual representation of facts in a proper order, like a tree diagram, like a tree chart. But here the subdivisions are not connected. On the other side, in concept map, same like we are representing, but the subdivisions also connected. Interconnection is there among the subdivisions. That is more complicated. Anyway, both we can make that. We have to draw, write the main points, subdivisions, again connection between the subdivisions. Like when we are studying, automatically it is active learning technique, and when we are doing together, it is collaborative. Individually, when we are doing, when a particular person is doing, that is active, or we can use it as collaborative too. Another important method is case study. Case study is nothing but a deep investigative study on a particular topic. Now you know in the examination, case study is also having mark. 20 mark questions are there for case study. A big case or a problem is given to the students. Students have to make a thorough study on that and find out their answers. That is what is called a case study. So it is really an investigative learning. And really, it is an active learning method, case study. Another method is hands-on tech method for learning. Here, this is actually, we are not learning, but we are learning through doing. Workshops are the examples. Some problems are given to the students and they are doing, finding the answer through doing. So instead of learning, they are doing it and finding the answer. So it is called workshop or learning through doing. That is another important technique for active learning. Another method for active learning, that is inquiry learning. Inquiry learning means the students are asking questions each other or to the teacher and getting the answers. This is a method, question answer method we can say otherwise somewhat. Inquiry method means new things, whatever things the students don't know or the students are having doubts in whichever areas, they are asking new questions, critical questions, and the teachers are answering, they are discussing and finding the solution. That is what is called the inquiry method. This is also a very effective method of learning. Another method is jigsaw discussion. In jigsaw discussion, the students themselves divide into some groups. Each group is getting a topic. But here, each individual in that particular group is getting able to present their views regarding a particular topic. For example, Group A. Group A is getting a particular question. Not only the group leader, all the members of that Group A should be able to present that view in front of all the others. That method is called the jigsaw method. In that group themselves joining together, helping each other. They are dependent with each other, not independent. Like each person must present their view. That is what is called jigsaw method. Here each person will be capable to present their view. This is a good method for active learning or collaborative learning. Another method is role play. For exams and all, we are not doing that role play. In the classroom, it is very good. Here, the learner himself acts as the role of the real person in the life. For example, dramas and all, the learner himself acting as the character in that particular drama. Or we can take a bank as a model, how a bank manager is giving loans to the members. So role play means the real situation we are playing. In the learning process, how it can be adopted, I will tell you. You just think, the learner just think, if you are going to a bank, how you can apply for a loan, what are the things, what are the documents needed. Like you just think and develop. That will be possible here. That is what is called role play. Like you can think and you can learn. Okay, or you can act as the person in the real life and you can learn. That is what is called role play. It is another important technique for active learning or collaborative learning. I already told you active learning and collaborative learning different. Active learning means we are involving in it through different works, writing, reading, different aspects. Collaborative learning means we are not one person group only doing. Collaboratively, they are means doing the thing, discussing, answering, collectively doing. That is what is called collaborative learning. Next, we can go to the next method. The last method is metacognitive method. Metacognitive method means the thinking for thinking method. Here, we are just reassessing our method of learning. What we understood, what we have to learn, our learning method is correct or not, how we can improve ourselves. Like we are thinking about ourselves, thinking for thinking. That method is called metacognitive method. It's very, very important method of learning. Otherwise, what will happen? Even we are not following this, we are simply learning, but we don't know where we reached. So we should be having a very clear assessment. What much I completed, what much I have to learn. My learning techniques are okay or not. Like we are thinking and evaluating our learning process altogether. That is what is called metacognitive method. These are some of the methods that we can follow in our learning. More or less, these all are different. That is why we can't follow all these things. We just go through it, think which method is more suitable to you. Some and subject wise also the methods may be different. For example, what method we are following in English, that is different from that of mathematics. In mathematics, you can follow a pragmatic method. Definitely, more and more practice is needed. Write again and again. Sorry, do questions again and again. But in English case, something different. Read more and more, and vocabulary develop, and write the story and find out the mistake like you can develop. That's why I told you subject wise the things are different. Anyway, we can follow any of these methods in learning process. In the previous class also I told you some methods. I hope this is the time of examination. That's why just think which method is the most suitable method for you in learning. That you find out and go ahead. It's the time of examination. All the best, boys. Next time I will come with another video for learning and writing the examination. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.